Oh,
Oh,
okay. I hear it.
good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, this really shoot. This be the conversation of the day. Just getting the technology and stuff right.
Right.
For because people are struggling with this. This is a big struggle, right? Just this part right here, the technical. You know,
Aspect.
it's. I mean, people are struggling majorly. Especially. I mean, all. I mean, even a lot of millennials are struggling technologically. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
believe it.
From millennials all the way up, Gen Xers and boomers,
Hmm.
I mean, they're struggling, and that's, to be honest with you, this whole year, let's just keep it real. This is going to be the number one barrier for folks, that we dealing with that's around our age. Because, like I said before, the scary thing is, you know, you might not believe it, but you one of the most technologically advanced people I deal with.
And that's pretty scary because I feel like I'm not that savvy at all.
I mean, I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, you like way further along than uh,
Right.
than a lot of folks that I deal with on a regular basis, and that's not a knock to them because it's actually just
It's,
indicative to a lot of people.
it is because a lot of the problems are that the barrier of actually being Android versus Apple, for one, you
Big.
know,
Oh, that's big.
you know,
Ooh.
and and then secondly, you know, just like I was just telling you, if I would have just kept going through and just actually just hitting like, just getting used to don't allow, don't allow, don't allow, I would have been sitting there all doggone day, just like, okay, why can't you hear me, but I can hear you? Because I keep not allowing the microphone to turn on.
You know what the killing part
Greed. Hmm.
is that we're used to, especially in that, of our ages and everything, we're used to, you get a thing, this is how it works, you learn how it works, and that's how it works.
Right, exactly.
Technology today, it changes every week. So the technology,
Yeah.
you just figure this out, and then next week, that don't work no more. Now something new. It's like the same device. I mean, and it's the same device, and it's constantly updating. And you don't get to know that's updating until you know that it's updating, and keeping up with the advancements and everything. And that's why so many people are being left behind and gonna be left behind just right now and just this year because I'm like this. Real conversation. I mean, I'm even seeing it even like on LinkedIn, on just even professionals are so behind the curve. They still trying to sell services that AI is fully doing today. How you gonna sell me a
Right.
service that I got AI doing right now? How you gonna how you gonna want me to hire you for something that AI is doing right now
Yeah.
for me today?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
Yep.
and some of the stuff is so. I mean, it's. I'm gonna be real with you, because some of the stuff is so awesome from a business standpoint on the speed of being able to get things done, documentation and everything. To see people struggling with that today. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been creating things for the past 2 years. Just I mean, all kind of copy. Just I mean, well, you see, I can put out blog. I can put out a blog right now while I'm talking to you. I could write a
Right.
book. I could write a book right now while I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I'll create. I mean, I can produce so much so fast that it scares me. Even like this
Right.
conversation right now. This conversation right now.
Uh-huh.
The AI is implemented on the Zoom platform. When we get through, it's gonna send me the conversation that we had in not just in a written form, not just verbatim, but it's gonna clean it up. It's gonna have it polished. This conversation is gonna be like,
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna read this conversation. I'm gonna send it to you when we get done, and it's gonna
Right.
read it. Gonna be like, boy, that sounds nice. Like, oh, okay. It's gonna clean it up and everything. Everything that we talk about. I mean, we can be sitting here going. going zippity zam zam zuba 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 zuba, and it's gonna clean it up and make it what James meant to say was you can say things articulately in this way. I'm just gonna clean. It's gonna make it just. I mean, what it
Man,
is.
that is awesome.
What it is remember back in the
That is
days.
awesome.
Back in the days, a guy used to have to hire a secretary to come in and do dictation. Come in and take this note for
Yeah.
me. This memo. This is the
Yeah.
secretary. This is the
Okay.
secretary right
And
here.
AI is the secretary.
Is the
Mm-hmm.
secretary, is the copywriter, is the script writer, is the thought producer, is the researcher, is the the I mean, and that's today. And the technology today, it is the technology of it today is as bad as it's ever going to be. It's only going to get better and better and better and faster and faster and faster.
Right.
And this is before we start to employ, the AI agents. Oh man,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna send
And
you a. Go ahead, my phone.
that hey, and this ain't nothing to be afraid of. We're still in the process of where we can control it. Let it get too far ahead, then you're gonna be controlled by it.
Give it 6 months.
Yeah.
Give it 6 months, because
6 months. I don't even give it that.
6 weeks. Right. It's that's the thing. The exponential speed that things are moving at
Uh-huh.
now. And here's the kicker. And that's why you got to really listening. Cause I'm listening to like Sam Altman. He's even changing the language around the speed of things. Now he's getting people used to it's going to be this many weeks. He's only he not people
Yeah.
talking about how many years is it going to be. He said, well, it's going to be probably about a few thousand weeks. You know what I'm saying? About
Right.
3,000 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's talking
Right.
weeks. He's like it's going to be a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? About three. No, maybe a couple thousand weeks. You know what I'm saying? He's
Right.
changing the whole vernacular around how we even talk about because throw years out the window. We're not talking years no more. I'm not talking years
Right.
about nothing.
Right.
We're not talking years about nothing. I mean, because here's the reality. This is back to even, I'm glad that memo that I wrote to y'all and gave all y'all back in 2022, bless you, back in
Oh, thank you.
2022,
Mm-hmm.
is there's nothing on that memo that I would change. I can only update it and add to it
Right.
because
Okay.
and this is the reason why I gave it to y'all though back then because I needed everybody that I was dealing with these ways get your minds around,
Yeah.
get your minds around, what's happening, not what's happening, but what's going to be happening by 2030. Well, now
Right.
only 5 years away from 2030, and
Yeah.
people are not ready for 2027, let
No,
alone
they're not.
2030.
No,
You
they're
know,
not.
but they better be because the powers that be, like when you got on here, I was listening to um the latest update from Fanbase. You know what I'm saying? They put out a promise video, and that's what I was listening to when you started.
Okay.
And
Are you
listening to
able to see me, cuz?
no, I mean
Oh,
I,
okay. All right.
I
I
mean
was wondering. I was like, I see the doggone thing up there where it's just a big old. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. Hold on.
right. Yeah, gotta turn your camera on.
Yeah. So that was the part that like I said, I was just going through and just hitting no on everything.
Look at that face. Oh, it's good to see you.
Yeah,
It's
doc.
good. It's good to see you, man. Boy, look at
Yeah.
that. Look at that.
Yeah, doc.
Oh man, I ain't seen you since you was about this big.
Right.
Look at you. Look at
Blessed
you.
be. Yes, sir.
Oh man, it's good to see you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
doc.
it's the technology we got to get
Tech
used to.
doc. Yeah, because I was like, why am I seeing myself just in a no, just a no figure? There's nothing there. So I was
Uh-huh.
like,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So like I said, going through that doggone thing and just hitting don't allow for everything. I was like, shoot. I
That's
can't.
the
I
that's
just
the
basically didn't allow myself to do the Zoom.
message.
Yep.
That's the biggest barrier that at least ways for us. We have the ability right now to overcome this major barrier, which I've been talking about for years, and it's like it's I see why God used me the way He used me because
Right.
I didn't know I was going to be so repetitive, but I
Right.
mean
Right.
it's this technology thing, it's a big concern because it's already outpaced actually everybody else. I mean,
Yeah.
it's actually
Yeah.
outpaced everybody else. I mean, and it's an art. People are already left in left in in the rear view mirror, so to say, quite literally.
Right. Yep.
I mean, and that's the danger, for us going forward. As we're building things, like I say, with my brands and everything, you know, it's the technology. Even like with your brand, I mean, it's really just technology too. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, we have the tools. We effectively have the tools in our hand, but like we're saying, the technology we got to make sure that we're staying up to date with it, which is a job in and of itself. You
Right.
know
Definitely.
that
Hmm.
that's the job. So I mean, it's going to be very interesting. And it's hard to. The biggest paradigm shift that we're going through is making sure that not only that we control the technology, but that we control ourselves to have
Mm.
the sensibilities to
Yes.
to to you know not be so harsh on other people, which that's hard to not do.
Right.
On
Right.
a good day, on a regular day. Not to mention, now when it's like, you know, how I know all of this, you refuse to know any of this,
Hmm.
and yet you want to still keep operating on this level.
Right.
No, you're literally limiting yourself away from the level that not only
Hmm.
that I'm at, but the level that I'm going to. So I'm going this way, you going this way,
Yeah.
or staying right here even, and I'm going this way, and it's like, oh, you've changed. I haven't changed. I'm just growing.
I'm grown.
I'm
There's a
just
difference
growing.
between changing and growing. There's a big difference.
Boy, that's a
Hmm.
message right there. I mean, the,
Hmm.
the difference between changing and growing. I mean, when I look at those who've lived long lives and their whole life they kept growing and kept
Right.
learning. I submit that the people that live the longest are the people that continuously keep learning.
Yeah. Yeah. Without a doubt.
I mean, you figure, how do you get to 120 years old? you know,
Constantly learning. Constantly learning. Never thinking
constantly.
that, that you're too old to learn from somebody younger, and keeping yourself humble, you know, because like I'm trying to teach Alex that I said even at my age, 52 years of age, I said to him, this is so we're in January right now, so this is the end of November. I told him, I said you just learned me something new. And he was like, so ever since I told him that he learned me something new, he's been trying to use that all the time. Oh, yeah, I'm learning, I'm learning my doggone nephews this or my cousins this, and I like, no, that's not correctly speaking, grandson. But anyway, I digress. so,
so
so
I learned you on that. Now you using it.
that's it for real. And so he's like, so what do you mean that I taught you something new? And I was like, yeah, I can't remember what it was at this moment, but it was yes, it was it was some form of like demon that the proper name for it and whatnot. And so this was actually Christmas break when he was with me, and I want to say it started with Kur Cur Kur. I can't even remember, but he basically was like, this is what my father is, to him. And he had the horns and everything, and he went and sought it out, and you know and then he actually shot, I think, no, he showed me to me, showed me the picture of it. And I was like, I never known that this is what this individual was actually called. I said, how did you know this? And he was like, uh, from the TV shows that I watch and whatnot, and um, and basically just googling it, and he googled it and actually found the doggone actual proper name and showed it to me. And then when I was watching that TV show Evil, they showed it in the TV show Evil. I was like, it's like that's what my doggone grandson was talking about. I'm like, man,
Oh, that's deep.
nah,
That's deep. That's
yeah,
I ain't heard that kind of talk in a long time.
yeah, dog,
That's deep. Boy, that show. I mean, that shows what they want. I mean, that's what's interesting, and that
mm-hmm.
points out something that's very interesting because I see it like even like my grandchildren, they control their own media.
Yeah,
They all control their own media. Every one of my grandchildren controls their own media. I mean, they
mm-hmm.
watch. They literally control. They watch different stuff, and they control. You never know. I mean, from hour to hour, you walk up and they're watching something. I mean, like what you watching? And I mean, like watching these skits, or watching. They're talking about building this or talking about doing that. Be like
Yeah,
no cartoons, no
yeah,
no Jerry, Tom and Jerry, no you
mm-mm.
know no. I mean they're watching. They control. They curate their
Yes,
own media, and they're constantly adjusting it, and they're constantly getting all of this information from all these different avenues and different funnels that we have no idea about. And they literally they literally just think about it. you know the fact that Alex comes to you and still asks you stuff every now and again, basically kind of confirm. I've already been looking at this, but what do you think? Basically, he's learning you on
yeah, yeah,
he's like, no, I've been watching this for a minute. What you think about it? The fact he's including you, which most kids won't even do. They won't even
mm-hmm.
include you. They'll be watching it, and they got their minds made up because they're already inundated with so much information, and they've
Right,
been their whole life. This is
yeah,
just life for them. This is just regular everyday living for them.
yeah,
It's not
yep,
nothing new. It's not nothing sporty like yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to know. The
mm-hmm.
reality of it is that's back to the
Dang,
old people being so left behind, because let's just look at it like this, because I started kind of noticing something some time ago. And just
okay,
think about those of us in our peer group and older and whatever, that we've been in relation with all our lives, right?
uh-huh,
All our lives. So you have something that you can use to gauge it with, like this, this relationship. We've known each other for 30 years. 30
mm-hmm.
years over here. 30 years. And fast forward to today, and remember when the smartphone entered in to the culture, and how the engagement with that person that you've known all this time has shifted to a place where it's like almost like strangers,
Right, yes,
almost like strangers in front of you. And me and you can sit back and we can analyze and say, oh, this is different. The device, the technology, this has really changed this dynamic. Whereas
yes,
the average person, the average individual doesn't know anything different and doesn't realize this device that's in our hands or that's in front of us, has chemically, physically altered our minds, our thought processes, the way we learn, the way we engage with one another.
yeah,
It's like literally altered, our mental synapses into a way that is no longer what it used to be. It used to be, I look forward to, today I'm gonna get with so and so, and we're gonna do such and such. You know,
yeah,
Now it's first thing you do in the morning, you pick up your device, you check the time. You know what I'm saying? You see if there's any information that you missed. You know what I'm saying? And you already down the rabbit hole.
right, down it,
You know what I'm saying? You down the rabbit hole, and those that have been in your life in relationship are now, they're not even on the. They like, oh yeah, you still living. Oh yeah, let me
yeah,
remind. I have to remind myself that you still living.
Mm-hmm.
That and that part has already literally occurred.